Today, on another note.
In Brazil, a new senator lawmaker was sworn in last week, but her outfit seems to be more of the attention grabber. So this senator, she was wearing a jumpsuit that had a very deep cleavage line. The cleavage line actually went down to her navel.
Yes! Today's highlight is for our very own Shea Alexander for Sekani.
We have too many brand junkies.
Ladies, I have some dating myths.
Oh, hell, it's true. It is true. Macho man.
That's the wrong song. They walking like they got the biggest, heaviest cojones.
Let me tell you.
I like the feeling of a man taking care of me.
And I feel that my money is my money and your money is our money.
Is it a myth or is it true that guys can be judged by the size of the shoe?
It's a myth. So many big feet men walking around here.
It is not the size of the shoe.
To say there's just one or two reasons for hair loss, it wouldn't be true. I don't understand why my hair is falling or why I have this rash. I don't have it today. But every time I go to poke around or I go on a sale or I'm outside standing, I get this rash in the same place all the time. So I'm saying this just so that we can lower our threshold to do the screen for lupus.
Welcome to On Another Note. We're not your average talk show, which is why you're watching. So today we are gonna have a great conversation. A lot of things are happening. How was the weekend for everyone? The week, I should say.
Tiring.
It's been a long week.
It's just
Well, you
been a
ladies
painful week.
look beautiful. We want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Beautiful by Jasanay, for the beautiful outfit that Bertha is wearing. So thank you so much. If you're looking for anything, definitely check them out. Ladies, I want to talk quickly about something that I find to be very interesting. In Brazil, a new senator lawmaker was sworn in last week, but her outfit seems to be more of the attention grabber than the actual swearing in and the fact that she's a woman with this position in Brazil. So this senator, she was wearing a jumpsuit that had a very deep cleavage line. The cleavage line actually went down to her navel.
Yeah, I saw it.
And it was a bright red. It was a gorgeous color on her skin tone. But the deep cleavage line, she's a well-endowed,
Yes, we see that.
a well-endowed lady. And it sparked a great outrage. So she's from the southern state of Santa Catarina in Brazil, and she's now a senator, so a Senate representative. She's always been in politics, but her outfit has caused so much threats, threats about raping her because of the way she dresses, threats about the fact that she's a terrible example for young women because how are you going to be a senator and showing this much of your body? Threats about the fact that she has no respect and she's degrading women by being in that high position. What are your thoughts?
Wow.
When I saw the video,
That's
I could just
intense.
say, yeah!
She makes me a little speechless when I look at her because it's definitely not the conventional way to do politics, especially in a male, not saying that it's a male field, but it's dominated by men. And so, I mean, I could see her being reelected infinity.
But okay, so let me pick on Bertha because Spanish women, I believe, are
Extra sexy.
just naturally have a sex
I
appeal.
think she's picking on me for some reason. I think that's why she's picking on me.
No pun intended. Right?
But listen, I'm Dominican, I'm Hispanic, part of my heritage, but I do believe that you need to wear the appropriate clothing at the appropriate time. I don't think that was the time and place. I'm a bit old-fashioned. I believe that you have to wear I believe in, showing, whenever. It's appropriate. But you have to find the correct place to wear that type of attire. Not in the House of Assembly, come on.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. In Brazil, the women are very beautiful. Outside of being beautiful, a lot of times when you see Brazilian women, they are not, clad I have rarely seen a non-sexy Brazilian. She may not be pretty, but Lord, she's sexy.
Sexy is not showing your cleavage. I think people are going to talk about me. But sexy is not showing your cleavage.
Her version was her cleavage, but sexy meaning the person walks into the room and it just commands your attention to their body.
Yeah, which is what you don't want. Nobody's interested in her body. It's the policies that she's making or whatever she's speaking about. So I see it as a distraction.
I find it to be a distraction as well. But do you think that it will now set a precedent?
No.
For other women to say, you know what? Yes, I want to feel comfortable. I don't want to have to wear this conservative wear because it's not naturally me.
No way.
I don't think if you are confident within yourself and you know how attractive you are within yourself, you value yourself, you really don't need to show yourself to prove. You don't need to show your body to prove to anybody that what you're saying makes sense.
Okay, so let's bring it home. Maybe it's too far away. Let's bring it home.
I was about to bring it home. I mean, okay, we have women or female legislators here in Virgin Islands, but I think as a community we've always been a little bit more conservative anyway. And anyone that goes outside of that, we kind of condemn them a little bit. So now that we have even new women legislators, there's a lot of pressure on them, or any woman, I think, in a business setting, to find that line between the feminine and the masculine, and not or if you overly, masculine, what's another word for that? Don't judge me. But if you masculine, I was like, but is that a word, Lord? Don't judge me, don't judge me.
It is.
So if you overly masculinize yourself, as in wearing a two-piece suit and clothes, heels or shoes, then persons might not find you too feminine or not feminine enough. And then if you take off the jacket or wear too short of a skirt, then you're too feminine or too sexy or too revealing. And even in church, if your dress is too short, they come with the white handkerchief. What do they call it?
Yeah, the throws
they call it there's a word for it. I don't remember.
I didn't know that.
Some churches do, so that because
provide
of
you, if you sit and it's not Jesus appropriate.
I don't know if they call it Jesus cloth or something. Because if the position you're in from the pulpit, you may find that you're beeline to whoever's on the stage, and that distracts them. So they'll
Dr. Stokey, what the cost of that? That news style?
Listen, not at all. Not at all. But I think it goes back to the whole workplace, appropriate attire in the workplace. Like, what if, you guys are, some of you are business owners and you work. Would you think, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a CEO in my company, and I wouldn't want any of my staff members showing up with full cleavage. I don't care if you feel confident about yourself. I don't care if you know what you're doing. It's inappropriate.
Yeah.
So then if you are going to put a woman in power and somebody who's leading and people are using her as an example, I think is definitely a negative. It's a negative effect on what we expect most of the population to do in their workplace.
I feel if she was my boss, she couldn't have told me nothing about my attire. Because you're not being an example to me.
But I think it's important for roles, all roles. I don't care what type of job it is. And sometimes we lax on this in the professional setting. I believe it doesn't matter what type of job you're working, where you are, every place of employment should have a code for dressing. And it should include, it can be, exactly, and it should include everything from what that place deems appropriate for hair to body, because I believe
Wait a minute now, you're going into the hair realm.
No, but some workplaces, and it's a part of attire, some workplaces do not allow extreme color hair.
And extremely long weaves and huge ones.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Before we get too judgmental on what is appropriate.
No, it's not. I'm telling you what some
I guess,
codes
yeah,
say.
depending on where you work.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of workplaces
But
have
listen,
their
it's Brazil.
assigned.
When you hear Brazil, what do you think of?
The carnival, sexy women.
Eat.
What are really?
Yes, but that's true.
No, but I think I do agree with Angel and the. I think of Brazilian hair, Brazilian butts.
I think Brazilian wax.
But of course, their
Brazil-
carnival
all
and
the
stuff,
things
and
are
the
sexy.
samba and everything like that.
Yeah.
Their dance moves are crazy, but they are some attractive people.
They
like,
are
naturally,
beautiful,
they're
naturally
really
beautiful
attractive.
people.
And I don't know. Remember, you read a piece before earlier saying that that's how she was, or that's how.
Yes.
She's
So she
always
has
been that way.
She has
So
been
they
in
knew what they were
politics for
getting.
15 years, but she was like perhaps more of a city council woman for 15 years in her small jurisdiction. And she's always dressed very confidently.
Revealing.
And in clothing that is a bit revealing. So now she's actually moved up the ranks. So now she's more of a senator. So there's a bigger.
She got to senate it down.
Yeah. So
I really
and
love
now
her outfit,
now the
you know.
people are.
When she took the jacket off, that was like I would have let it fly. Like with the jacket on, I was like, yeah. But when she took the jacket off, it's like, listen, lady, you're like 56, and we could tell that something is a little enhanced.
I know,
Rest me down by the river. Cover them things up, girl. Cover them up if you want to take the jacket off. If she were keeping the jacket on, I could see her doing like me now. I feel like, doing this wouldn't hurt me. She could do with a little thumb.
Yeah.
But she took it off. So I would see why people would be offended, because even though they are, I guess, a hypersexualized country, they're still their religious beliefs are still
they are conservative. They are
conservative.
They
There
are
a lot of Catholics, there are a lot of Episcopalian, or they don't play with Jesus. Not like that. That's my last final say.
Yeah, no. Tell us what you think about the conversation. Join in. You're going to see an inset of the image. Tell us, what do you think? Do you think that legislators and senators should have a code of attire? Do you believe that if your body suits a certain wear, that you should be confident to wear what you want to? Because the truth is, they've hired you for your brains and not for your attire. Let's continue the conversation, OANTalk on Facebook. All right, so now we're going to have our local highlights from Adriana.
Me? Lord, my voice. I just wish it would come back to regular.
I like the raspy thing.
You like
I
it?
do. I like the raspy. I really like the raspy.
Doing well.
People think it's sexy.
Really?
Say something to us,
I did not
Adrian.
get a one sexy compliment this week. I just got, what's wrong with your voice? So on our local highlight spotlight, shining this bright old light on all our entrepreneurs, innovators, Virgin Quarter in the house again. So
We'll
today,
let you have it.
yes. Today's highlight is for our very own Shea Alexander for Sekani. So Sekani is a luxury brand selling handbags and other leather items. And if anyone doesn't know Shea is like 20-something years old. If he's 20-something. Are you 20-something yet? It's a guy.
Yes,
Let me explain. Shea has this long old name, and I believe, Shea, don't kill me if I can't remember. Sekani is one of his names, actually.
Okay.
But in a biblical term, it means something. So he has like maybe 5 or 6 names, and when he says it, Shea Sekani, it means like God's most exalted one, chosen for the, I don't know, something like that. Miss O'Neill, what you were thinking of? You know Carolyn O'Neill? Alexander?
Yes.
Okay, so that's his mom. And Dr. Alexander, the psychologist for education, so that's his dad. So Shay's away to school, but Shay also has a very keen eye for fashion and things being of quality. He's very vocal about it being nice. Is it appealing? Is it texture good? Is it cheap? He'll tell you straight up because he really likes that stuff. So when he got into the venture of doing Sekani, he wanted it to be very luxurious. Like you're paying for the name, you're paying for everything, the packaging, even his bags, even the branding, Sekani. The bags that the bag come in are luxurious. The wrapping is like everything is very detail oriented. Even when you purchase bags and stuff from him, he gives you a handwritten thank you note.
Oh, nice. That's a nice person.
Right. So and it goes into the detail of you. Like he'll do a little research. Like if he knows you, or he may even ask you questions. He has this customer point program, and he'll be first to contact you if there's sales. Like he's really put a lot of effort and work and detail into making the brand worthwhile, because you're paying a pretty penny for those bags too.
I can imagine.
So you're getting like Michael Kors, you're getting all those name brand bags. I can't remember them all.
So that's the bags. They're genuinely branded Sekani, or is it the store that's Sekani?
The store is Sekani.
Okay.
And then he's selling name brand high-end
I
bags.
understand
luxury
now.
bags.
I understand.
So he is Sekani.
I thought
and
he had a leather bag
I'm pretty sure it will happen, but
the
just
future.
in the future.
Okay, so he has that eye for just really nice. Okay, nice. That's good, because we really do need to get a bit more. We have a lot of semi-luxury items on island. They say that they're
It's so
luxury.
shady.
It's all right. But so it's good to see that we have people who understand, because we really do, our culture loves luxury. Why do we listen?
I don't know. We're like,
Yeah, island
Brand-
people be doing too much.
junkies.
We do too much. We have too many brand junkies. But anyways, more power to y'all. More power to y'all. I think
go ahead.
I was gonna make the comment about, so has he made any comments about the recent news highlight with, was it
with
Gucci,
Gucci.
or and the
Shea is very vocal. I can't keep up. So when you go on his page, you'll see every single thing he has an opinion on. He's very opinion. Even with food, even with going out with Shea, is like you're preparing because he expects the best. And if he's very supportive of local businesses, because he also, he has affiliation with trade and getting local entrepreneurs where they're supposed to be or where they need to be. So if something is going wrong in an establishment, he's really big on, well, you let that happen and you didn't tell the owner why. Because he wants us all to be on the same level playing field, and
Which
we
is
realize that
good.
customer service is something that we're still, we're growing in. Even with food, it's kind of scary because he's like, this wasn't the same like last time. Who in the kitchen today? Y'all didn't do it like yesterday.
But that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. So if you're out there and you're looking for luxury name brand quality bags, make sure you check out Sekani.
Tell us
So
where it is, though.
give us
important.
his social media plug and where the location of Sekani.
So you can just check out his Facebook page. It's Sekani. Or if you could just find him on Facebook at Shea Alexander. It's also Sekani on Instagram as well. He's from VG. It's centered in Virgin Gorda, but Shea is away to school. And he still finds no, it doesn't have a physical. So it's delivery on call. So he has everything laid out there, all the bags that are available, and you make contact with him, whether you message him or you will like it or whatever, and he reaches out to you, and then someone will come and deliver your package is.
That's awesome. So no need to worry about trying to find your next Coach, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Kate Spade.
Right.
You don't need to look for it any further. You can actually get it straight delivered to you. So make sure you check out Sekani. It's Sekani, and then check out Shea Alexander on Facebook, Shea Shea. So make sure you check him out from Virgin Gorda. That is awesome. It's so good to see our local people doing well. And ladies, with that, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Ladies, I have some dating myths.
Oh, hell, it's true. It is true. Macho man.
That's the wrong song.
They walk in like they got the biggest, heaviest kahuna.
Let me tell you.
I like the feeling of a man taking care of me.
And I feel that my money is my money and your money is our money.
Is it a myth or is it true that guys can be judged by the size of the shoe?
It's a myth. So many big feet men walking around here.
It is not the size of the shoe.
To say there's just one or two reasons for hair loss, it wouldn't be true. I don't understand why my hair is falling or why I have this rash. I don't have it today. But every time I go to poke around or I go on a sale or I'm outside standing, I get this rash in the same place all the time. So I'm saying this just so that we can lower our threshold to do the screening for lupus.
Shavander Naturals, handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavander Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
Welcome back to On Another Note, and we are going to go right into the hot topic. Ladies, I have some dating myths.
Okay.
Is it true or false that women like macho men?
Oh, hell, it's true. It is true. Macho.
I like a healthy balance. So it might be true, but because I like a healthy balance. So a little bit of macho, a little bit of metro. I like it. A nice balance.
I want to hear Adriana's opinion on that.
Because she said macho and she started singing YMCA song. I'm like, you're in the wrong song,
I know.
That's the
thought
wrong
about it afterwards.
song
Like, that's
for you.
probably not the right song to use.
Listen, let's get back to this topic. Macho man, yes or no?
Of course. Well, I was brought up by someone who I considered metro.
Okay.
But they were very much macho in their handlings of our family.
Okay.
So the man needs to take care of the house. The man does the outside walk. The woman do the inside walk. The woman needs to have certain things done. And I have that. I was raised like that. So if I find a man that actually has that mentality, nevertheless, how he looks, I gravitate towards that macho masculineness.
So let's get the definition out there, because a macho man is a man who has extreme male masculine tendencies. So when you're talking about a macho man, you're thinking about a manly man according to the definition. So now that we know what that definition is, I still think that most women gravitate towards a macho man. Even if it's in concept, even if that's not who you have dated in the past, or if that's exactly what you just gravitate towards, those men who are more macho.
Feel like they could handle stuff.
I mean, I don't think all women do, because sometimes macho might come off like a little unclean and you have to mother them almost, in a sense. Some can come off that way.
Latino men.
No, like, right, machismo.
Yes,
Yeah,
as macho men. And they want their food cooked.
they want to cook a certain way, a certain time. You're washing drawers, you're ironing drawers.
Well, listen, I'm gonna take my macho. I'm gonna take my macho on the side. I'm just let me get a main dish, a metro, and let me get a macho on the side.
And then even with metro, like some men who are metrosexual, it's like in college I used to call it. If you're going into that sexual realm, we have to go there. I used to call it hetero, metro, and a homo. That's how I used.
That's how it started out.
That's how I rate it.
Yeah.
So if I look at a guy and I could automatically tell that he's heterosexual, I'll be like, yes. If he's a little bit on the neat side, he's in the metro until I figure out whether or not he's homo. Because sometimes
That is funny.
we are very judgmental.
No,
Don't
that's a
come
good
for me
rating.
because I ain't sent for you. If you're looking at somebody, be real. You automatically judge them by the way that they carry themselves. You know, we always refer to people if men, if they have a little sugar in the tank, they might be on the metro side, and it's just a tendency, could be just what do you call it, hereditary, that they have certain mannerisms that may be a little bit on the feminine side. So macho is like complete raw, masculine. They walking like they got the biggest, heaviest cojones.
Let me tell you.
And metro might be a little bit more refined. They'll shirt and tie, they're in business casual most of the time. They speak a little bit better, and the expectations of you are not so gender biased too. They don't expect you to be the maid and the wife and the mother.
You're saying this for the metro person?
For the metro, to me,
That's very.
if we're going to that line,
I don't think that's accurate.
I don't think that's
I
for
don't think it's
metrosexuals
accurate. Yeah. So
versus
everyone-
machismo.
Yeah.
Machismo is like
I got a man that's very machismo, and he's not. You wash the dishes, you cook, we share.
well, then he's
he's very
maybe he's
macho.
both.
No, I would say you guys know my husband,
No?
and he is very macho. He's a macho man, but he's a macho man who cares about his look.
So he's both.
No, you can't be both, child.
Yes, you
That's
can.
like telling somebody,
Yes,
oh no,
you can.
you're not homosexual,
But
baby.
no.
You are
I never
both.
said that he was homosexual. I said that was in college. I had
No,
that
I'm just
kind of
saying as an example.
The categorizing of.
to the next myth.
No, Bob. I just want to
let's
make it
break
clear
this one
that
down.
you
Wait,
can,
girl.
you can. Okay,
Wait.
let's just, because we're women and we're heterosexual, we want to we're not talking about homosexuality. We're gonna leave that alone.
That's
But
how
we're talking about when we look at someone and even compare it to how they act. When some people act completely different to how they look, and vice
Yes.
versa. So I think that some men can come off as macho, and they have metrosexual tendencies.
Okay, by a show of hands, tell me which one of you like macho as opposed to? I don't know what I like. I like what I like.
I like a heterosexual man, thank you. Whatever that means.
All
I
right.
ain't raising my hand.
Oh, okay. Next topic, ladies. Is it true or myth that women like men to pay for the meals whenever they go out?
Yes, child.
Not everybody.
Yes, child. If we're going out, you are responsible for the meal. Even if that means before we leave the car, baby, I give you my half of the money.
Oh my gosh.
I've done that, you know. I have done that.
Really?
I have done it.
I have
I'm
done
of the
that.
opinion that it's okay to make your man feel special. And there are sometimes I just want to do stuff for my man. So I don't feel like it's mandatory that he has to take the tab. That's just how I feel.
And I feel that my money is my money, and your money is our money.
I love it.
The end.
Keep it simple.
I love it, but I personally think that I like the feeling, even if you have to feel special at some points. I like the feeling of a man taking care of me, especially in that public view. I want people to feel that I love a macho child. I got a macho man. I love a macho man. But I like that, and I think it's important for men to appear as providers.
Yeah, but what happened? Doesn't the man need to feel special as well?
But I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. But for me, I think it's important that.
So he could feel special when I take the tab?
Yeah, true. Yes.
At least
We're not
once or
disagreeing with
twice.
that. But listen, boo, it is your duty.
She's
too.
like,
It's your duty.
don't even want to
so I think we've got a 2 and a 1.
Yeah.
It's
Next
like
myth.
a 1.5 and a 1.5. Because I do agree with Shaq.
I agree with Shaq.
Listen, the last myth, I think this is Adriana's favorite, she told me. Is it a myth or is it true that guys can be judged by the size of the shoe? Truth or myth?
I like what she
I don't know.
after saying that. I don't think so.
You don't think
I
so?
don't know. I don't know. I have no opinion on this. I'll wait.
Same here.
I don't think so.
Long
This sounds like a topic.
I think that's a myth.
Is a myth?
It's a myth. So many big feet
that we
men
do
walking
have a
around
whole
here, and they
section
got nothing
about this
hanging.
one.
I don't know.
Adriana, tell
It's a
us.
myth.
She looks like she got something to say.
Adriana, you do look like you got something to say. We need to know. People,
Say it.
tell
We won't
us.
tell anybody.
It's
not
not.
like
It's just us. You can tell us.
You can just say it.
It is not the size of the shoe. The end.
And we agree. Good.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so the size of the shoe doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, wait. Hold up.
That's
Rewind.
not the question.
Rewind.
Wait,
We
y'all
didn't
need
say
to go
that.
close up on Adriana's face.
Can you judge
No, no,
that
no.
fellow? The question
I wasn't
is,
I
ready.
feel like I'm turning colors.
I wasn't ready.
the question is, can you judge a man if you see a size 12 shoe? Can you say, ooh?
But that's what Adriana
And
just
that is
answered.
not true.
She said that the size of the shoe doesn't matter.
Exactly.
No, that's not
So
what we
that's
said.
That's our answer
So it means
to
that I'm not judging by the size of your foot.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's,
so that's a-
That's what
We're
we
judging something else.
That's a myth, definitely.
Yes, it's a myth.
Okay, based on research, extensive research.
Based on science and evidence, I'm an evidence-based physician, and based on science and evidence, it's not
Listen,
true.
let's put a warning on the bottom of the screen. Our media team needs to help us out. Please stop judging these men because they wear a size 6 or a size 12. Don't judge them.
And don't give, not giving the size 6 any love. Like, you don't know, you might be missing out on something serious.
This sounds like a topic.
I refuse to participate.
Listen, this sounds like a hot topic.
I'm so scared. Anyway.
We need to develop this one.
Scary.
We need to develop this one.
I wish our audience could be with us in moments like these because you guys are missing the best parts on set. Immediately as we started talking about this, our cameraman checked his shoe size. It was so funny. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Shout out to the camera crew.
But
So sorry.
Madam Producer, I think that we need to develop this one.
Yes. We might have to
This
make
needs
this
to
one
be a topic all on its own.
And what I suggest is that we bring a couple shoe size people here,
Yes.
and then we just ask them real
How the devil
questions.
you gonna how you gonna judge?
show their
We
faces.
asking questions.
We gonna put them behind a black screen and with tampered voice.
Don't show their
No,
faces.
because we've already established that shoe size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have a conversation.
Maybe we should have the women, not the men.
Why
Men,
not?
men are gonna say, of course.
You don't think they'll be honest?
if somebody's foot is a
How
size
you-
5 and somebody is a size 12,
We'll be back after these messages.
we're gonna take a commercial break for real. We'll be back.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Welcome to On Another Note. We're back. And I know we had some very serious topics going on. It was a lot of pressure, even during this break. But anyway, we're going to just get back to our health note, which is also very important and very hot. All right, so on the previous episodes, I've been talking a lot about hair loss. So I like to go along that trend because to say there's just one or two reasons for hair loss, it wouldn't be true. So I want to talk about a particular type of hair loss that actually affects, one of them that affects Black women mostly. Let me just describe what some of these women may experience, and then you're going to tell me if you think you know anyone or you're familiar with these symptoms, and then we'll walk our way along what should happen thereafter. Okay. So if you notice your hair usually would have good strength, good density. is falling out, it's thinning. Generally, that is not an actual bald spot, but it's falling out, it's thinning, and your hair becomes pretty brittle. Then you get this experience where when you go out into the sun, you realize even though you're dark skinned, you're getting really seriously sunburned on your face. So these two things together usually point you to being very suspicious of lupus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
So
know that.
I think a lot of times we hear the word lupus when we've probably heard of a friend who's in the hospital dealing with kidney issues or, you know, very ill. But I want to say that it doesn't really have to start, it doesn't start there. It usually starts at these very early signs. And we have a criteria for diagnosis. And one of the criterion is face rash. Well, in terms of face, I will put dermatologic, that bracket where you have hair changes and you have facial change or skin changes. So the rash I was talking about that you get like this sunburn, we call it the butterfly rash. It sounds familiar? No?
No, I've not heard of that before.
But yeah.
Is that a swelling and a redness?
What you get over the medial or the central part of your cheeks are very inflamed areas. It really looks like a rash and a pretty intense sunburn. It happens on the inner part of your cheek and sometimes over your nose even. And sometimes that's the only sign you experience. And by the time, let's say you come to me, you're saying, but I don't understand why my hair is falling or why I have this rash. I don't have it today. But every time I go to poker run or I go on a sale or I'm outside standing, I get this rash in the same place all the time. So I'm saying this just so that we can lower our threshold to do the screen for lupus.
Okay.
Because finding lupus early is so helpful and essential in terms of saving your organs. So one of the biggest things that a lot of lupus persons experience is kidney failure. And it is a lot of times that we don't pay attention to these small things where your hair goes thin. Then you get this, we call it the malar rash. Or you notice all of a sudden you having joint pains. You're not known to have any arthritis. You don't have any family history of same. You don't walk out that much, but all of a sudden you're feeling very achy in the joints. So that's another one, right? Another symptom of it. The next thing is sometimes persons can have a different kind of rash where you notice there's a hard rash showing up anywhere on your body, but there's like, it's just hard and it turns white in the center. So a lot of times ringworm is an easy thing to say, but I'm just saying to the persons that are listening who may have at least the few symptoms I've mentioned so far is to just lower your threshold to check. All right? So that thing I was describing where we have the hard rash that turns white. It turns pale. You're a dark skin, but it turns very white and firm. And that's a discoid rash. Okay? So when all of these things are happening, it doesn't mean necessarily that you have the systemic version of lupus. You can have the cutaneous or the skin version of lupus. But at the end of the day, it actually gives...
I didn't know I had different
Neither do I.
You have
So
two
what's
types of lupus.
So what's the threshold
more
for
than
checking? Because these are some examples for checking. Does it usually start out with like that atopical type visual, or can it start with internal organ failure, or how?
Absolutely, it could be subtle. But what I'm saying is in terms of lowering your threshold is where you have an ill feeling. Usually, even if you don't, so some people don't have a rash or something you can see, but they have constant fever or recurrent fever, or they just feel repeatedly ill. Like you always feel like you're catching a flu, but you never really catch the flu.
Okay.
So you feel very achy, you want to stay in bed, you feel very weak, you feel very lethargic. And it's good to say that these things are happening to you periodically. So maybe if it happens to you one time, your physician may not point to this is something, this might be lupus. But we look at the whole picture. If we see a young black woman, those are the three things. that lower your threshold to just do a lupus panel.
Oh, wow.
Because this is the population that's affected mostly by lupus. Not saying that it is impossible for Caucasians or men to experience this, but usually it's young, women can get it between the ages of maybe like 14 to 45, around that time. And they are black and they are women.
Wow.
And it's like lupus is categorized as one of those autoimmune conditions. So it's that your immune system automatically turned on against your little blood vessels, making it appear as if they are foreign to you. So you know you need small blood vessels to take care of your kidneys. And that's why one of the main issues is kidney failure. And that's how a lot of people present. But just lowering your threshold in terms of seeing things like your hair is thinning, you getting sunburned, even though you know you're dark skinned, so you should have less sunburning. You having joint pains, you having times where you feel very, very ill, all right? And so that's important in terms of just saying, hey, can you just screen me? And especially too, if you have a family history of other autoimmune conditions. So the list is very long for autoimmunes, but just if you have somebody in your family with vitiligo, where you lose the pigment in your skin,
So all of that are like
psoriasis.
prerequisites to lupus or just prerequisites to something?
Well, they're just family history of your risk profile. So it tells us that maybe we should check this person in particular.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shaq, for that. I really think it's important that we bring topics like these to you, our audience. It's not every day you hear about lupus. It's not every day you really get an opportunity to speak with a doctor and to see, you know, what information is out there. You've been experiencing some of these. Really, what we ask and what Dr. Shaq is saying is just go.
Yeah, exactly. Lower your threshold and just get checked. It's good to get an early diagnosis so that you can save your kidneys. I think that's the biggest part. That's the biggest thing that people are suffering from. And like Adri was saying during our break, she had a friend in school who
she
very
passed
young
away.
was it high school?
No, it's college.
College.
She passed away the week before graduation.
Wow.
And she was like the valedictorian
Right.
from
Lupus.
From lupus.
And she died
And
of
the
lupus.
Miss Jamaica just a few
years
who
ago.
went to Miss Universe, she died too of lupus. So it's a silent killer, but don't stay silent. Just ask a question.
So we'll put some more information about lupus on our page. We're asking you, know your family history, get out there, make sure you understand what symptoms are what, and if you don't feel well, go see a doctor today. All right? So ladies, this morning we had a lovely breakfast. There were some pancakes. Oh God, they were fluffy and
blueberries.
nice. Oh, blueberries. We want to say thank you to Horizons Catering for always coming through on time with a gorgeous, tasty, delectful meat. We absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Again, a shout out to all our sponsors, Beautiful by Jasanay, for keeping Bertha and some of our team members looking absolutely fabulous. We want to say thank you. And today we are at an amazing location. I don't think I've ever been to Nottingham Estate, but that's where we are today.
From.
Is this where you're from?
Boop.
It is gorgeous here. There are beautiful ocean views. You can see the sea all the way out. It is just absolutely gorgeous. We are at the Eagle's Nest right here on the eastern end of Tortola, and this place is beautiful. 3 stories. It's available for rent, long-term or short-term. It has a very modern yet island feel.
It's gorgeous.
And there's a pool.
Oh yes.
Oh, it is just,
Outside.
listen, there's a lot of detail. And the builders of this home really put a lot of detail into making sure it is set up for entertainment. That's what I love about it.
Yes.
So on the lower level, you have a small meeting area. So you have like a small family room, a very spacious bedroom. All the bedrooms are very spacious. On the mid-level, you've got a gorgeous modern kitchen. You've got an open family room. And then you also have a very huge bedroom, walk-in closet, and a bathroom. It is just absolutely gorgeous here.
I'll just take
and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Before you head upstairs, you're going to pass a half bathroom, and on the top level, where the views are absolutely beautiful, there is a master suite to die for. Listen, it is absolutely gorgeous. There's a linen closet. The master bathroom has a shower and a tub. So if the key fits, I love tubs. I like to take a bath. So if the key fits, make sure you come out and buy it. The information will be listed below, and we'll take a commercial break.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
It has been a wonderful set today, ladies, don't you think? Absolutely. It was absolutely great. So we want to thank you for tuning in with us today. Make sure you check us out at OANTalk. On another note, check out our YouTube page, our Instagram, and our Facebook page. If you haven't, you need to like us. And if you haven't, subscribe. Subscribe now. You don't want to miss any of our episodes. We're going to notify you, and we're telling you the truth. We give you real topics, real issues. A lot of laughter, a little bit of entertainment, and we keep it 100% real. 5 women. Today we're missing April, our host. We miss you, April. We really miss you. You would have loved the hot topic today, April. But anyways, we'll come back to that. And we'll see you on our next episode. Bye.